Now, I want to talk about something here. The Black Americans are actually discovering that there once people who are called Black Russians and even the Black Scottish. So this is just something that the Black Americans are actually discovering, and even the Black Russians. And honestly, this is just a trip. Now, for so long, we were told that being black outside the US was only an African or Caribbean thing. But now, social media is showing us that the Black African diaspora is actually everywhere. Now, when Americans see Black Scottish or Black Russian, it hits differently. Like, wow, even in places we didn't expect, there are people who look like us, carry similar struggles, and are navigating identity in majority white nation. This discovery matters because it reminds Black Americans that we are not isolated. We are part of the global Black community. Black Scots are going viral because they are mix of culture, African roots, Scottish accent, European history, and even the challenges, stereotypes of what blackness should sound or look like. Same with Black Russians who exist in country where Black presence is rarely acknowledged. Now, for Americans, connecting with them is not just about curiosity. It is about solidarity. It is realizing that everywhere and no matter where we are, the fight against racism, erasure, and even identity confusion is the same. That unity is very powerful. Now, global, I want to talk about the growing awareness among Black Americans of Scottish and Russian community understand that the expanding understanding of the African diaspora. Traditionally, diasporic identity was conceptualized along the Atlantic slave trade routes, African, the Caribbean, and even the Americans. However, globalization, migration, and even cultural exchange reveal a more complex picture. Now, Black Scottish identity. Emerging from Africa and Caribbean migration to Scotland, Black Scots challenge the notion of homogeneous Scottish. Their rising visibility online destabilize stereotype of both blackness and Scottishness, showing how cultural identity is hybrid and evolving. Russia identity. Black Russia often descend from African students and workers who migrate during the Soviet era. They represent an overly chapter of Cold War history, as the USSR once recruited Africans for education and labor. The existence highlights how blackness adapts to contexts of Eastern Europe, often in environments with limited history of racial diversity. For blackness, encountering these groups fosters a global diasporic consciousness. It reveals that black identity is not confined to the United States racial paradigm, but is truly global, shaped by colonialism, migration, and even cultural resilience. That's all I had for you in the video. What do you think about the video? Because the Black Americans are actually discovering this, because in the four corners of the world, they have been told that there are only blacks only in two continents, that is the Caribbean continent and the African continent. But it is very fortunate actually to realize that there are also some of the Black Scottish and even the Black Russians who share the same similarities and struggles they are facing in America, in other parts of the world. How about this? What do you think about the video? Because we want to talk much about this, because I'll be bringing much about this identity and even the struggles among the Black community. See you in another episode. My name is Waka Kites.